No one can swim in the same river water twice is the theme for episode 22. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another Darling the Franxx review, where we get the exciting parts of life like farming. Pick up a magma-energized hoe and grow your crops today. So this is good, They're trying to sustain themselves since, the whole world basically turned into an apocalyptic wasteland. Okay, even more so than it was before the war, but hey, I guess we won't have to wait 60 million years because the war's still going on, or they already came back. The surface is fine for the most part, but the Stargazers are launching themselves into space with Starlitzia. Cut over to 02, who seems to be cutting herself, I guess. Why is this happening? But she's still in her kind of empty shell form, so at least she's not dead, I think. So it's a positive. Rations are low, and Kokoro is still feeling sick. I wonder what that could possibly be about. She's pregnant, like totally pregnant. I wonder what happened to the nines though. Oh geez, they're all veiny. I guess magma energy withdrawal will do that to you. No one can swim in the same river water twice. This time is said by Ichigo instead of Goro. In the first time. Yeah, they're gonna say this a lot, aren't they? And what the heck, 02? Stop cutting yourself! A Stargazer and Wormbot trade KOs and crash into the farm, and Kokoro then passes out. But I love this picture here. Their eyes are just like single pixels because they all are baffled on what pregnancy is, so it's just a nice touch. It's the little things that matter in this whole depressing story. But yes, Kokoro's pregnant, and Mitsuru is the dad. Too bad they don't have any memory of each other, so they don't actually really love each other. Real sad. And man, we missed Kokoro's birthday. Only by a couple weeks. Dang it! So, this kind of explains why she was basically dying in the last battle, because she was pregnant. I don't know how she managed to pilot the Franxx and not die from that, but girl power. Yeah. 02 goes missing, and it turns out desertification and extracting magma energy kills the soil. Who knew, right? But some good news for once, the real Nana is back. In a wheelchair? When Frank died, it automatically sent an email to Hachi which told him to get her. But explain that one to me. How do you program it to send when you die unless it's in your brain or something? I don't know. Let's just keep going. It's basically the whole email thing said to go to the database, which contains the memories of every single adult. Go into the secret underground room where all the failed children, including Naomi, are, and for Nana and Hachi to become the children's new adults. Simple, right? That's a lot to put on an emotionally broken woman and an emotionless man, but sure, I'll roll with it. 02 ran away again, and it looks like some voodoo magic is cutting her, which is actually not far off from what is actually happening. So, when they were going down to the Grand Crevasse, 02 mentioned the last page of the storybook, and then was just like, never mind. We find out she didn't finish the book. It just ends with her leaving the prince alone. But with Hero's horn powers, he can sync up and see what 02 is seeing. And she's piloting Starlitzia. No idea how this works, but when Starlitzia takes damage, 02's real body also takes damage, and her face gets all cut up. More plot convenience, ManTheTan actually contains soil from before the desertification. Don't know why, but sure. Again, we're just gonna roll with everything they throw at us. Then Hero shows up and asks Hachi for a spaceship, which the Stargazers conveniently left behind for Hachi to access its internal systems. So Thank you, Klaxosaurs. For some reason it's set for Mars's orbit, but that's like stupidly far away. And here comes the best part. Goro, Mr. Calm, collective guy, finally snaps. He starts yelling at Hiro how he never considers how anyone else feels, and basically that he's being selfish. True. And then he gets punched. Just BAM! In the face. Hiro probably deserved it, and bravo to Goro for being the one to do it. I consider Goro and Ichigo to be the most mature ones in Squad 13, and it's impactful because it's not expected of him to kind of just lose it and go crazy and punch Hiro. But it makes sense given the situation of him and Ichigo essentially taking the leader role, because a leader comes with a lot of stress. Like, he was the one that asked fake Nana for repairs to the water filter, and she just said no, we can all just die together without any water. Or when the crops died, he's kind of expected to find a solution, which he actually does, but besides that, it's the leader's job to stay calm and collective. It's good character development. However, Goro hasn't had any development since he tried to blow himself up in episode 9. But I like this scene nonetheless. It's very emotional. Ending off the episode, we have Nana, who can actually walk now. I don't know why she was in a wheelchair in the first place. But then we have the grand finale. All punching in the face is forgiven, and everyone is going to space. Except Kokoro, because she's pregnant. And these guys are going, screw it, there's no need to hold a grudge just because they suck and I hate them. But also, there's only 3 of them. I thought, at least in the show, it only showed 2 of them dying, which is just one Franxx. So I don't know where the other ones are. Maybe they did end up dying? Who knows? But who is Mitsuru going to pilot with, since Kokoro has to stay on Earth? Or at least I think she's gonna stay on Earth. There's an odd number of the 9, so probably with one of them. Who knows? But I love this scene. He was just like, what are you guys doing? And Goro's just points up to the sky. It reminds me so much of One Piece after Luffy defeats Bellamy, if you get the references at all. Sarkis yells to Luffy, he's just like, where are you going? Luffy just looks back and points the sky. And certainly different moods, but I love comparisons like that. It's just epicness. But hey, Zorome actually makes a good point. If they don't go and fight, they're probably going to die anyways if Verm ends up winning. So, good on you, Zorome. See, Darling in the Franxx is basically split into 2 unrelating stories. The beginning, up until the plot twist with aliens, and the plot twist up until right now, which is only 3 or 4 episodes so far. Well, it's probably going to end up being 6 with up until episode 24, the end. Or I assume it's the end. But together, they don't really make sense at all, and it's not coherent whatsoever. But individually, I really like where it's heading. What are your thoughts on this episode? Let me know. And I will see you next time. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.